Hi guys, Sarah here and welcome to Novel Expectations. Today I'm coming to you with my 25th weekly wrap-up for 2016. So this week I got 2 books done, super exciting, but let's first jump into my challenges and how I'm doing. So, according to Goodreads, 6 books ahead of schedule, thank you very much. For my summer book bingo, I have now finished 4 out of the 25 squares, so that's a bonus. Although it is making me panic thinking it's already the 20th of June and I've only finished 4 books, and it's been almost a month, so I need to get my tail feathering gear on that one. A to Z author challenge, that has not changed. I'm still at 18 out of 25. A to Z title challenge, again, hasn't changed, still at 17 out of, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, genius, not 25, so 18 out of 26 and 17 out of 26. For my 2016 How Many Pages challenge, I have read 14,371 pages out of 25,000 pages, putting me at 57% completed. Wow. Jelly Belly Jelly Bean challenge, say it with me people, still no flavors completed. And for the Listopia challenge that I'm doing, I'm still obviously only on level 1, and I have finished 4 out of the 25 books. So let's jump into the books that I have finished. The first one that I finished this week was The Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder by Joanna Fluke. This is the first book in the Hannah Swenson series. It was published in 2000. It is a cozy mystery, and I gave this book 3 stars. I really did enjoy this book, even though I only gave it 3 stars. My problem is going from reading a lot of police procedural, thriller, crime novels to going to a cozy mystery. It's difficult because the whole time you're like, what are you doing? You can't do that. That's not going to stand up in court. She was playing amateur sleuth, and that's essentially what the series is about, is that she owns a cookie shop called the Cookie Jar, and she happens upon a dead body in the back lot. So then starts off the chain of events, and the story goes from there. And it was super duper cute. I really did like it. I mean, 3-star rating from me is not a bad rating. It is an enjoyable book. If you like cozy mysteries, I really think you'd like this one. It is a series. I'm pretty sure the latest book in the series was published earlier this year, and it's like book 22. So, I mean, there's a ton of these. And, again, a cozy mystery. They're fun. They're campy. I mean, there is death in the books, obviously, but it's almost lighthearted, if that makes sense. It's lighthearted death. Like, it's not grisly. It's not anything to keep you up at night. It's a lot of fun, and, you know, watching Hannah kind of stumble her way through, and, you know, the fact that the police detective, I don't think he's a detective yet. I think he's trying to become a detective, and if he solves this murder, he's going to become a detective. That she's like, he's enlisted her help, you know, like, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I'd want to live in that town where the police are, you know, relying on the citizens to help them solve murders. But in amongst the story itself was also cookie recipes, which was a lot of fun too, and just recipes in general. So, I mean, all in all, highly enjoyable. I will continue reading the series because I really did enjoy it. And yeah, so like I said, 3 stars. If you're into cozy mysteries, or you like baking or cooking or anything, definitely check this series out because it really, really was sweet. And the second book that I finished this week was All Wound Up, The Yarn Harlot Writes for a Spin by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. This book was published in 2011, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed this book, but this is definitely something for just a certain type of person. Let me try and explain that. This is a collection of essays, or blog posts. I think they may have originally been on her blog. She still has a blog, theyarnharlot.ca, I think. Is that what her blog is? Bear with. yarnharlot.ca. She is Canadian. She's actually from Toronto. But I've never met her, and I'm kind of disappointed in that because I'd really like to. This is about knitting. Not exclusively. Not every single essay is about knitting. But all of them at least bring knitting into it at some point. It's mentioned. And as a knitter myself, I found this highly enjoyable. And I really think that other people who may not necessarily knit, but who craft, could appreciate a lot of the craft craziness in this. This book is hysterically funny in spots. There's one essay in here which probably was my favorite, where she talks about knitting this shawl and, you know, the timeline of her first casting it on and not reading the pattern properly and having to rip it out and doing it again. I mean, it's just, I think as a knitter, I've been there and I can completely appreciate it, and it's so funny to read. And again, maybe as a crafter or a writer, it's something you might appreciate as well, understanding that creative process and trying to get it right, like perfectly the way that you want it. So it's not a very long book. It took me only a few days to get through. I mean, like I said, it's a collection of essays. So, you know, you finish one and you're like, oh, I'm just going to read another one. I'm just going to read another one. It's like eating potato chips, frankly. This is, I believe, her second book. I think the first one was actually called The Yarn Harlot. And, yeah, she's, within the knitting community, she's pretty famous. I know if she has workshops or classes, they sell out very quickly. But yeah, I now own a copy of this. I never did before. I originally had taken this out of the library. And that was my bingo square, was a book borrowed from the library. And, but now that I have a copy, I hope that if I ever do get a chance to actually meet her, I can get her to sign it. So, yeah. What am I currently reading? I am still listening to Dragonfly in Amber by Diana Gabaldon, the second book in the Outlander series. I have actually increased the listening speed on this because this book, and I think I said it before, and you know what, I'm not the only one to say this, because I was on Goodreads looking at it, and a lot of people have said the same thing, that this book dragged for the first, like, half of the book. I'm really glad I persisted and stuck with it, because it's getting really good, but I've had to pick up the pace, because I just wasn't engaged enough to listen to it at the very beginning. Now I am, but I've picked up the pace, and I think I'm listening to it at 2 times speed now, which is perfectly fine. It still sounds fantastic, and I'm really enjoying it. And last Wednesday, I had a 2.5-hour drive that I had to do, back and forth to a couple of appointments. And so that was 5 hours I got listened to just on Wednesday morning alone. I'm now about just shy of 70% completed. If I keep pushing the way I'm pushing, or getting through it, I should actually have it finished by the next time I record, which is my goal. Because I really need to start my first audiobook for the summer book bingo, because, again, it is almost the 20th of June. I need to get my butt on this. So the other thing that I'm currently reading is Double Play by Jill Shalvis. This is the first book in the Pacific Heat series. It is a baseball book, if you couldn't tell from the, cover with the baseball bats or the name. This is really cute so far. It is very much reminding me of the other baseball book that I just read by Jennifer Bernard. I can't remember the name of it at this point, but I will talk more about that when I finish this book and review it for you guys next week. So anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have read any of these books and what you thought about them. And until next time, guys, take care and happy reading. Bye.